Okay, so this is the part two of the step-by-step guide for you to buying a piece of property. Like I said earlier in the first part, you're either buying from the primary market or you're buying from the secondary market. You're either buying a land or you're buying a building. You're either buying as a private investor, whether individual or organization, or you are buying as a business, real estate business person. So all of this will guide you. It's just a quick guide on how you go about this thing, okay? Because this is an answer to the question somebody that asked me: how can I buy a property and it will be issue free? There won't be any form of issue and all of that on it. I said, well, I mean, for the past 12 years, I've purchased property in multiples of billions, and so these are things that I particularly use, and I feel that if you engage in them too, it will help you a great deal. So we stopped at viewing the property, and I was talking about the place of lawyers, so which is going to take us to number 5, which is due diligence. Due diligence is very, very important. I always do my own due diligence on 2 levels, right? I get the lawyer to do the due diligence when it comes to landed property, and I also get a surveyor to do a due diligence for me when it gets to landed property. So due diligence, we need to break it down a little bit. If you are doing basically, you want to know ownership and government interest. Those are basic 2 things you want to get out of due diligence, right? You want to know ownership, you want to verify ownership, and during your verification of ownership, you know whether there is litigation and all of those. Are you buying from the right owner and all of those? Then you want to know what is government presence on that particular land. I'm talking about land right now. Okay, so those are 2 things. And a lawyer, not all lawyers are property lawyers. They are not expertise in property law, but there are some lawyers that are expertise in property law. Please try as much as possible to engage them. You see, don't pay for foolishness. Pay for intelligence, right? Don't think, oh, this is too expensive, that's why I can't engage you, blah blah. What invariably you are doing is you are paying for foolishness. So it's very, very important. Try as much as possible to pray for wisdom. Please, that is very, very important. So okay, so I've mentioned budget, I've mentioned research, I've mentioned agents going to view the place. So the next thing is your due diligence. So land, if you are buying, 2 ways to buy land. If you are buying from primary market, you need a surveyor to pick the coordinate. After picking the coordinate, they are going to chart the land, and they are going to tell you what is government stake on that land. So depending on the answer, it is the answer that will tell you whether you are moving forward or not. Or even if you are moving forward, you know what you are moving into, right? Then on the other hand, you need a lawyer. The lawyer will help you to draft all the agreement. You need a lawyer in all transactions. That's just the truth. Will help you to draft all the agreements. Will help you to know what is the ownership history of that land, because all these things are very, very important. You know, the reason why you need a lawyer is that you are buying with your innocent mind. You want to do investment and all of those things. A lawyer is thinking of litigation at every point in time. He or she is drafting an agreement, and you need to have that at the back of your mind. Okay, so if you are buying from secondary market, that means the person has a title. So you need to get the title. You still need the surveyor to do whatever they will need to do. At every point in time, you need the surveyor, whether it's even a house, you still need the surveyor to do some search for you and all of those things. Then whatever document that the house or the land has, you give it to the lawyer to check ownership and to check authenticity of the title too, whether is it original, is it fake, and all of those things, and many, many other things the lawyer is going to do for you. So all these things are very, very important, but the most important thing is that you get genuine of these 2 people. Genuine in terms of whether not they are fake, but their expertise. Is it an area that they are expertise on, right? So that is very, very important that you do, so that you will not get someone because it's cheap but is not as intelligent in that area as is all supposed to be. Then number 6 now is offer and payment plan. I always share with people, don't pay for a transaction, don't pay for any piece of property once. And I have my own reasons. At least, even if you have all the money, pay twice. In fact, you can pay twice within 1 month. Okay, so it helps a whole lot, because so that in the process of you delaying that those payment, take possession, enter the place. Let's even see, unless if you are buying, you are doing a repeat purchase. If you are buying or entering whether it's house or land for the very, in fact, land, even if you are doing your 10th purchase, don't pay once. Take possession first, so that, because most of the time when it comes to land transaction, for house is a little bit, you can see maybe just pay 1-2 weeks interval and enter the place and just see things, when you still have money to pay, the negotiation is still ongoing. Okay, if you notice, I didn't put so I only use offer and payment plan because this is actually the state of negotiation. Okay, so the negotiation is still ongoing at this stage, right? So, and you move to this stage because you have passed this previous stage. So for every stage that you move to, you have passed the previous stage, and that, please note that, and, and note, very, very, very important. So then your payment plan, your offer, all those things are very, very important. Get an expertise to guide you, especially if you are buying bulk, you want to resell and all of those things. There are ways to go about some of these things, and we can help you in all those areas at a fee. Okay, so then your financing, I've done, of course, you are supposed to even be thinking of your financing from when you are setting the budget, but sometimes you get a deal that you make you to go and check your finances again, and you say, okay, see, based on what we have agreed on at the offer and the payment plan level, can I still go ahead to finance this project right now with what I have? Okay, so if that is good for you, then you go ahead. Okay, if that is not good for you, now need to understand that, okay, with this payment plan, if I drop the first deposit, will I be able to drop the second, the third, or the fourth, or the fifth deposit? So all these things are questions that you need to answer, because if you cannot answer that question, at the end of the day, that project will most likely have problem. Okay, you are more or less like breeding the problem ground for that project already, so as not to breed the problem, you need to sort out the usual finance. And remember, again, during your offer and negotiation, you're supposed to have a meeting with the owner. So it's part of the offer period. You're supposed to set up a meeting with the owner, the representative of the owner, your lawyer will be there, and all of those things, so that it's part of your due diligence. Between due diligence and offer periods, you need to be very, very patient, so that you will not rush into just, so yeah, we need to pay for this, especially when it is looking like a very juicy deal, right? I often say this, and I will repeat it here. There are two people that lose in every real estate transaction: anybody that is hurry to buy, and anybody that is in hurry to sell. You lose. The hurrying part is always the losing part, right? So you need to be patient, you need to be much more strategic and all of that. So that's financing. Then number 8 is that the agreement and contract. So whatever you have agreed from your due diligence questioning, from your negotiation, from your offer and payment, you now put it into an agreement. Agreement is basically a document in black and white that everybody is going to sign. Okay, you put it in an agreement, so that the day you are making payment, and everybody, all the parties are involved, maybe your lawyer or everybody, all the parties, all the major people in the transaction are involved, and you sign off, you take pictures and possibly take videos, whether you are doing a house or you are doing a land. Please, those two things are very, very important. After doing that, then you've signed all of that. Then the next thing is payment. After you've agreed, then you now move into payments. Then you pay, of course, everybody signs, which is number 9. Then number 10 is, which is very, very important, and why I mentioned earlier that you should not pay up. Please, very, very important, because even if you have done 30%, like, can I take possession? Can I just do 1 or 2 things on the land, so you can know whether they are vested interest on that land or not? Okay, number 10 is possession, occupation, and documentation. Possession, occupation, and documentation. That's the last thing. So, and all these last 3 things comes in stages, right? It's not as if you can be doing it. In fact, from when you are doing your due diligence, you already started the process of documentation, right? Then occupation is when you have somebody permanently on that land, either by spying for you or having them physically permanently on that land. Then possession is clearing, fencing, doing foundation, making your presence known on that land is very, very important. Okay, so my name still remains Okpe Oluwa Oni. I hope this has helped. Of course, it's not exhaustive, so you can drop comment, ask question, and I'll be able to answer you. Okay, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. It's going to help us to keep doing what we are doing. And go and win. Play big so that you can win big. Bye for now.